What's up, y'all? It's Friday, um, and this week's topic is. Give me a second, cause I don't even know. Um, Personal struggles while transitioning. Um, I'm sorry. I'm like not on schedule with life. I work a lot. I don't really sleep. So when it comes to like, you know, knowing shit, I don't really know shit. Excuse my little pudge. I just ate a little bit of food. And I don't ever wear a shirt. But yeah, so personal struggles while transitioning. I mean, it's almost been 2 years. And in those 2 years, I want to say up until January of this year, and I feel like I've said this a lot, but up until January of this year, like I feel it's been a really big struggle. I don't know what happened in January, but that helped me like I guess figure shit out, and now like there's nothing I can say I'm struggling with from the like since the beginning. I mean, the biggest struggle was getting people to catch on. When you decide that you're ready to transition, you want it to happen immediately. Just like you go to the gym and you want like results to happen instantly or whatever. It don't happen that way, and I wish it did, but it really didn't, and it was a really hard thing to deal with because the people closest to you, you want them to be on board. Some people will be immediately, and some people is going to take a really long time. And that to me was the biggest issue because the closest people to me were the people who didn't understand, were the people who treated me different, were the people who, basically kind of just walked out of my life. And I mean, with understanding, it it's a hard thing to deal with. It's a hard thing to take in and fucking chew and swallow and all that bullshit. But for me, I feel like it was harder because I had to come to terms with the fact that I am transitioning. It's me who's dealing with it, and I never really understood why everybody was so bothered by it or like not on board or whatever. So like that was one of the biggest things. I mean, now a long time has passed, so a lot of people have kind of come back and like not really stated that they accept it or are tolerating it, but kind of are just like trying to make an effort to be in my life. So I guess I'm supposed to just take that for what it is and be grateful for that. But what else? Struggles. Fucking weight gain, man. I wish I was prepared for it, but I definitely wasn't. And like, it's also not necessarily weight gain. It's just like fat redistribution and shit. So like, all the fat was here, and now it's all here or like somewhere else, and it makes you seem as though you've gained a lot of weight. Also, you can just walk on a scale and see how much weight you gained or lost. I mean, everybody's transition is different. Me, I gained 10 pounds, and that shit has it was no, and it wasn't even like 10 pounds of muscle. It was like 10 pounds of fat, which I was like found a way to turn it into muscle. I still got a little something going on, but like it was really hard to deal with in the beginning because like that's when your emotions are like rocky and shit, and like you don't really know what you're gonna feel next or whatever. So like one minute you're fine, you're just like, oh my god, I love myself, and then the next minute you're like, oh my god, I'm so jiggly. Like, so that was my issue. And me, I've always had very bad I guess self-esteem issues. So like gaining weight was like the icing on the fucking cake where I just wanted to go jump off a bridge. And I tried so many times to like get motivated to go to the gym, but it just didn't work for me until I guess the time everything happens when it's supposed to happen. So, what else? I guess just like acceptance. You know, acceptance is a big thing. That's a huge struggle for most people who identify as trans, or you know, anybody in the LGBTQ community. Like, it's really hard to find acceptance, especially when, you know, I don't know, not especially, but like we're living in a time where, you know, a lot of things are accepted, are tolerated, people do understand, and there are a lot of open-minded people, but we're also living in a time where fucking Donald Trump is running for president and people are actually voting for him. So, like, there are ignorant people and there are people who don't understand and who don't really give a fuck to understand, you know? And because of that, you know, it makes shit harder for us. All I want is to be understood. That's it. I don't ask for you to accept it. I don't ask for you to tolerate it. Just understand me, respect me for who I am. If I respect you, I expect you to display the same respect, you know, reciprocate the same respect. And if you can't, then, you know, like, get the fuck out of my life. Like, I don't have time for the negativity, and you know, I don't feel like my transition should affect anybody, to be totally honest. It should affect me and only me, and that's it. You know, even the person that I'm with, if I am with somebody, I feel like it shouldn't affect them, you know. You know how like everybody always says, yeah, the only person who should be worried is the person I'm fucking, but then it's like, they made the decision to be with you, so they shouldn't be worried either, you know. But whatever, I guess everybody sees it differently, and that's just how I see it. But as far as like more struggles, I mean, I don't know. Hair growth too, let's talk about that, because I lifted my fucking arms and realized I gotta trim this. It's terrible. Look at it. Hair growth is definitely something that everybody fucking expects in like the second day of their transition, and it just doesn't happen like that. It's been 2 years almost. Two. And I barely got a mustache still. I have like little tiny little hairs. You can barely see them. Not everybody's gonna grow facial hair. I got stomach hair. I don't know where the fuck that came from. But like, not everybody's gonna grow hair and like, you know, be a fucking man beast the second day. Like, it just doesn't work that way. And of course, walking into a transition, you kind of just expect shit to happen like this. Like, you know, fucking, it doesn't happen that way at all. So that's something else. But I mean, I've figured my way into getting some facial hair, and it's working out. So whatever. What else? I don't know. Like, I'm so bad at this because I feel like during the time where I am struggling with shit, I can pinpoint 1,000,001 things and be like, this fucking sucks, and this fucking sucks, and this fucking sucks. But right now that I've kind of overcome a lot of shit and just been like, you know what? You know, fucking just get over it. You know, I'm in this point where I can't even think of like what struggles would be. But yeah, I mean, if you're transitioning, I feel like you should take it easy, take it slow, you know, take everything with a grain of salt too, you know, just like, don't think too intensely about everything. Everything happens, and you know, things happen and it'll probably upset you, and you just gotta realize like, it'll get better someday. You just gotta give it the opportunity to get better. As long as you're doing what you can do for yourself, to be who you are, then that's all that matters. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. I'm actually in process of designing and making t-shirts and hats geared towards our community, not only the trans community but the LGBTQ community, because all of us who are, you know, identifying as, whether it be pan, fucking cis, not cis, pan, trans, you know, gay, lesbian, bisexual, all that shit, fun shit. We're all fighting to be our authentic selves. You know, you don't have to transition to have to go through a struggle to be who you are. you can just be gay, you can just be fucking, you like to fuck dogs, like whatever it is that you like to do. We're all fighting to be accepted and understood in this world. So I came up with a line, and it's just, in my head, it's a way for us to wear our self-acceptance and our clarity on our bodies and show it, but discreetly, you know. So there are a bunch of, it's a hat kind of like this, and it says clarity on it, because we can finally see who it is that we've always meant to be. You know, we always have fought to be, you know, and I don't know, it means a lot to me, so I figured, why not put it out there and see, you know, how everybody else feels about it. Of course, I'd like comments and shit about it, the idea. I'll put the concept in the end of this video so you guys can see it. Also, don't forget, my boy Drew is fucking selling t-shirts, because that nigga has the juice. He has the juice, which means y'all can have the juice. So y'all just go support him. Buy a t-shirt. They're kind of dope. He's got black and white, which are fucking amazing colors because they match with everything. And yeah, I mean, everybody deserves to have the juice. But yes, I guess I'll see y'all next week. Not sure what the topic is, but I'm gonna see y'all next week. Have a good week.